Welcome everyone to today's DROM for Seniors info session. My name is Emily and I'm the founder of Stronger You Senior Fitness. If you don't know much about me and you're wondering why is the founder of Stronger You Senior Fitness talking to me about DROM for Seniors, well, let me start by just introducing myself to you. So my background, I started working with older adults in community chronic disease management. So working with older adults who were recovering from heart attacks, strokes, older adults with COPD, Parkinson's disease, diabetes, arthritis, really any kind of chronic condition that you can think of. And I loved working with older adults. And then I found the world of senior living, where not only was I teaching fitness classes to older adults, but I was driving an 18-passenger bus. I was throwing these grand parties, much like many of you are probably doing right now with your Olympics going on. I'm seeing so many great photos. I was struggling my way through art programming, which is something I still love, but I'm still terrible at. And I started as a life enrichment assistant, then a life enrichment manager, and then a regional manager of recreation, where I supported a team of 49 directors of recreation spread across the country. And it was really in that role, as well as my previous role in management, where I saw that there is this real need for quality education, tools, and resources to help amazing activity, fitness, and life enrichment professionals to deliver high quality, meaningful fitness programming to older adults. I first searched out in the world to see if there was something like Stronger You that I could adopt for my team. And I was really surprised to find that there wasn't. And so I say how the story goes is out of frustration and passion, I decided that I would found Stronger You Senior Fitness and make that product and that need that I know my team needed so much. And it turns out so many others across the world needed as well. So that's how Stronger You was founded, with this amazing mission of not just exercise, but fitness experiences, trying to engage the whole person as in addition to the physical engagement. And about just over a year and a half ago now, a mutual colleague of Val Shaw and myself was speaking to Val, who is the creator of the DROM practice, and Val was looking for a home for the DROM program, for the DROM course. And that mutual colleague of ours said, hey, you should reach out to Emily from Stronger You and see if it might be a fit for Stronger You to take it on. And so I met with Val. I learned about the DROM practice and the DROM program. And I was like, yes, this is exactly aligned with what our goals and our mission is at Stronger You. And I know we could take our expertise specifically with seniors and take the DROM practice into the DROM for Seniors program as it is today. So hopefully, as you know, because you're here, DROM for Seniors is this incredible combination of drumming, the drum, and mindfulness, the OM. And so that's why we call it DROM. And one of the other reasons why I wanted DROM to have a home at Stronger You Senior Fitness is we know that older adults want more than just exercise, right? They want programs that lift their spirit, engage their mind, create sense of connection and community. And not that the Stronger You programs don't do that, they certainly do, but for all the reasons I'm about to share with you, the DROM for Seniors program and the DROM practice just has this really unique way of speaking to the whole person. So let's get into that. You will get these slides following today's session, as well as the recording of today's session. So if you are a note taker, don't worry about writing down everything that's on the screen. You will get the slides, so feel free to write down anything else that I just add, because I tend to do that. So just a tiny bit about Stronger You as a company. We're an education company, first of our kind globally, as I mentioned. And so because of that, we do have established partnerships all around the world. And what we're known for is online instructor education, self-paced, accessible education, and then providing you with 30 minutes of new class content every month. So pre-choreographed, done for you classes in both seated and standing formats. We're home to two incredible courses, the Stronger You Senior Fitness Instructor course and the DROM for Seniors Instructor course. And as I said, we really focus on creating fitness experiences using the 6 dimensions of wellness. So when I met with Val and I learned about the program and she started talking about the 6 dimensions of wellness, I'm like, yes, okay, we are totally aligned in what our programs are trying to achieve. And I'll talk more about those 6 dimensions in a little bit. Another thing that's different about us at Stronger You is the population that we serve, you in this room today. So recreation, activity, fitness, life enrichment professionals who primarily work in senior living organizations. So everything from skilled nursing, long-term care, assisted living, independent living, and then also some community programming. So 50 plus clubs, day programs, that sort of thing. And more, we're having more partnerships with post-secondary institutions who want to build the Stronger You and DROM for Seniors course right into their curriculum. So students are graduating already as Stronger You or DROM for Seniors instructors. And so our goal at Stronger You is to bridge the gap between knowledge and practice. So before founding Stronger You, this was the big thing that I saw was an issue with how current senior fitness courses were run. That you would take this course, you would learn some knowledge, you would learn some exercises, but then you're trying to think, how do I actually take this knowledge and put this into practice and make this an actual 30-minute, 45, 60-minute class that I can teach to my group? And I would say the exact same thing is true if we even look at just the drumming specific certifications that are out there currently. I won't say the name of the certification because I don't think that's fair, but I was recently at a conference where this presenter actually, she was presenting on drumming and different certifications you can take. And she actually said that she had a staff team group go through the course. There was about 23 of them. And she said in the end, only about 3 of them ended up actually teaching the program because they didn't know how to take that knowledge and put it into practice. That part was too difficult for them to do. And so that's one of the things that's very unique about us at Stronger You. And that's why organizations and individuals seek us out, is because we're going to give you that knowledge, but then we're also going to give you the practical class content to learn and teach to your group. So there's no guessing game. There's no going to Google or to YouTube, that sort of thing. And then debunking misconceptions about aging and exercise. I speak for a lot of conferences, associations, webinars, that sort of thing, really trying to elevate the outlook on senior fitness, on aging and exercise, on what can we all be doing, what should we all be doing to help our population to age successfully. We've hit an interesting milestone in 2026 where the oldest part of the baby boomers are now turning 85. And so for years, you're all in this industry, I'm sure you've heard people saying the silver tsunami is coming, right? Like all the baby boomers are aging. Well, if we've been saying the silver tsunami is coming, this is it. This is where the silver tsunami is going to make land, and we all need to be prepared to help this population to age successfully. Our healthcare systems are going to rely on us to be able to help them to do that. Now, we all know that exercise, it doesn't matter how old you are, you don't need to be 85 plus to feel this way, can fall down on the list of priorities in our lives. Myself, I'm a busy mom of 2 crazy boys. I like to keep my house clean. I like to spend time with my husband. I want to go see my family and friends. Sometimes exercise falls to the bottom of my list of priorities, right? And so the older we get, it seems like the harder it is to commit to that goal of moving our bodies, being physically active, and the more important it becomes if we want to maintain independence. So the one thing I really love about DROM for Seniors is it doesn't necessarily feel like exercise. It honestly feels like fun a lot of the time. And so it can be a great first program for older adults who don't really exercise to come to move their bodies, but get so many other benefits as well. So let's talk about the DROM for Seniors experience, all right? Every DROM for Seniors class features 3 main parts. The first is our getting grounded practice. And so this portion is 5 minutes. And this is really, really unique where we are enjoying our time together. We are bringing our mind and our body into the present moment. We're encouraging our participants not to be thinking about the laundry they have to do or the phone call they need to make to the bank or the nerves they're having about maybe a fight they're having with a friend or a family member, whatever is on their brain. Using this practice, the first 5 minutes of class just gives them that opportunity to really push everything aside and to be completely present with you in the moment. And we know that when we can do that, when we can be fully focused on the exercises at hand, we have much better outcomes for the fitness programming because we're putting some oomph behind it. We're putting some real thought and intention behind the movements that we're doing and not just sort of half following along while we think about our laundry list of things to do. And the getting grounded practice always has a theme to it. So we'll do purposeful breathing. We'll make sure we go through tall posture, focusing on every major muscle and joint and what tall posture looks like. We focus on connecting our body and mind to the present moment, as I mentioned. And there's always a theme for the getting grounded practice that we have our group consider. So one of the themes, one of my favorite ones of the program is the theme of possibilities. And so we do visualization. We have prompt questions for them to consider, to think about possibilities. And so it's just a really nice way to start the program. Next is our getting energized practice. This is the main portion of the program. It is 20 minutes, and this is where we do the cardio drumming. So it's great for the heart, the lungs, the muscles, also for the brain. There are so many built-in benefits, brain benefits to drumming compared to other types of fitness programming. In drumming, we've got our drumsticks, right? If you can imagine, whenever we cross the midline, our brain just like lights up and loves it. And so, of course, you can imagine with drumming, we're doing that quite a bit. We're learning different combinations and routines that are engaging us and intellectually and cognitively stimulating. And then, of course, we're just having fun. We're drumming and grooving to the beat. And then we come back for the last 5 minutes to the mindfulness. So we end with what we call the calm practice. Now, to transition us into the calm practice, we have something called the DROM journey. And this is the first 2.5 minutes of the 5. And it's where we put away the drum, we put away the drumsticks, and we are using our hands, our feet, our stomping, our clapping, even our voice to create a beat together. And so it comes back to this very natural form of drumming to sort of end us off and take us, out of that high energy phase and back into the calm practice. And then the last 2.5 minutes, we go back to the theme from the getting grounded practice. So in the theme of possibilities, as my example, we might think about, okay, what did we experience today? What new possibilities? What did we encounter? What are we proud of ourselves for? Again, that chance to take those deep breaths and do that inward reflection. So how do you deliver the DROM for Seniors experience and class to your participants? Well, first step is to take the DROM for Seniors Instructor course. And just like the class, the course has 3 main parts. The first part is the DROM for Seniors methodology, the science behind it, and the benefits of the program. So that's where we start with that education, so you know the benefits and the why behind everything that you're doing. Part 2 is where you start to learn about the 3 key elements: getting grounded, getting energized, and calm. And this is where you learn, again, the science, the why behind each of these 3 parts, and you start to learn how to deliver these 3 parts of the program. And then last, part 3 is our guided practice modules, where you'll actually learn your first DROM for Seniors class and prepare to film your practical video. Okay, I'll talk more about that in just a moment. People hear practical video, they freak out. Don't freak out, it's going to be fun. First, before I talk more about that, I want to talk about the 6 dimensions of wellness. This is so important to us at Stronger You and such an important piece of the DROM for Seniors program. So, of course, we're going to see the physical benefits of the program, working our heart, lungs, our muscles. Big intellectual focus in the program as well. We're teaching them movement combinations. We might start with just 2 sticks hitting the ball at the same time, and then we do 2 sticks and we do 2 clicks, right? So we're going to add on creating these combinations and rhythms that really engage the brain. That crossing of the midline that I talked about, that just doing that is really just lights up the brain as well. The emotional dimension of wellness. The music that's selected is music that is familiar to your group, music they're going to enjoy, music that will have an emotional response. Obviously, huge mindfulness in the programming with the getting grounded and the calm portion. Um, a little story around the emotional dimension of wellness. I was teaching the program at one of our partner communities, and afterwards, the resident came up to me and she was nearly in tears, sharing how meaningful taking part in the program was for her. She shared that she was actually feeling bullied by some of the other residents. She was a bit of a younger resident, quite fit, loves exercise, actually still has a gym membership. She walks off the community property down the road to the local gym and takes fitness classes there as well. And because she's younger and fitter, she's kind of felt like some of the other residents don't really want to be friends with her, or maybe don't know how to relate to her, or maybe feel intimidated by her. And so she was expressing to me like that's been very lonely and has caused her a lot of anxiety. And she said coming to this program really allowed her just to kind of let that all go and to feel like she could just be and enjoy and forget everything. So it's kind of incredible the effect that you can have on your participants with a program like this. Vocation or sense of purpose. In the course, we talk about the different roles that you can have your participants play. We don't just want them to come in and be butts in seats or standing behind drums. We want them to feel like they're part of a fitness community where if they don't show up, we are going to notice. So it could be something as simple as handing out drumsticks or helping set the balls up or handing out water, whatever it might be, something that they feel a sense of purpose to be able to be a part of. Social, again, there's this really innately social experience about creating a sound or a beat or a rhythm together as a group. So you'll see, even when people make mistakes or they hit their drum wrong or whatever happens, like we have a bit of a laugh as a group because we're doing this thing together, even more so than typical fitness classes. And then the spiritual dimension of wellness. So, for those participants who really are very spiritual, that getting grounded, that calm practice is really this beautiful time for inward reflection, purposeful breathing, and mindfulness. All right, so those are all the features of the DROM for Seniors program. Now we'll talk about the steps to becoming an instructor. So first is to complete the online course. So parts 1 and 2 that I spoke about, they are self-paced, accessible from a cell phone, a tablet, a computer, typically take about 8 to 12 hours to complete. Then you move into the guided practice modules. And so these are short 20 to 30-minute practice sessions that will teach you your first DROM for Seniors class and prepare you to submit your practical video, okay? Practical video. I say this part and people freak out. It's okay. It's not as scary as it sounds. You're going to be fine if you decide to take this journey with us. What we believe very strongly at Stronger You is that you don't need to be perfect. We know that this practical video is just one stop on your learning journey, and that when we give you some kudos and some feedback and some things you can continue to work on, we know that's going to help you become a better instructor, and the more you practice, the better it's going to get. So we are not expecting perfection in this video. We are just wanting to see that the core elements that are outlined in the assessment are being done at least 75% of the time, which means that 25% of the time you can do the wrong thing, say the wrong thing, get off track, get back on track, all of those things. You can use your notes to support you. It's not as scary as it sounds, okay? And then you submit your video, you get that passing grade, and you are certified, and you'll continue to gain access to 30 minutes of brand new seated and standing class content every single month, okay? And then just in terms of pricing, it's the exact same as our Stronger You pricing. We like to keep everything very simple at Stronger You. So your registration includes the enrollment in the DROM for Seniors Instructor course and 1 year of monthly class content. Cost is $370 US or 466 Canadian. No one's getting a deal. It's just based on current exchange rates. And just like with Stronger You, the every enrollment comes with our annual turnover protection. So if you are thinking of enrolling team members, assistants, staff members, and you're worried about making that investment in them, maybe they're not going to be around 3, 6, 9 months, a year from now, you can make that investment securely, knowing that if they do leave their role, you just send us an email and you say, this person's no longer with us, but I just hired this person, and we will transfer the enrollment at no additional cost. Okay. We've been doing this for nearly the entire time that we've been around Stronger You, because we want organizations to be able to invest in their teams, and not invest because they're worried about, is this investment going to go to waste? Your seniors, the older adults you work with, deserve for you to have this training and for that investment that someone's making in you, whether that's your organization or you making in your team, is going to be protected. We do have department discounts available as well. So if you do have teams of 3 or more that you would like to have certified, I'll send you the follow-up email, hit reply to that email, and then I will let you know the specific quote for your team. Basically, the more individuals that you enroll, the lower the price per person. We have some teams with 10, 12 people in a single community. And so we want to make it as affordable as possible for those big teams to all be able to get DROM for Seniors certified. Okay. All right, the last thing before we get to questions and our wheel for our 50% off is we are going to have a Drone for Seniors demo class next Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. I've been doing these info sessions for a while, and I hope I'm doing a good job explaining to you what exactly Drone is all about, but it is this really amazing program that you really do need to experience to fully understand what it is I'm talking about up here. So we are going to, for the first time, do a Drone for Seniors demo class. It says live, but it's on Zoom. I've been getting that question a lot. People are asking, like, where is it live? It's on Zoom, so that way people from all over the world can still join. And bring some drumsticks or drumstick substitutes. Bring a ball or a ball substitute, something you can drum with and drum on, and come and experience the program just as your class would. This session is going to be 1 hour, so it's going to be from 12 to 1 Eastern time. And that's because we're going to do a full 30-minute Drone for Seniors class. We're also going to talk about implementing the class, talk a little bit about each of the 3 sections, and then of course leave time for questions. So we may be done earlier than an hour, but do your best to block off an hour to join this session. This session will not be recorded as well. So this is something that is meant to be attended live, experienced in the moment. And so we won't be doing a recording. And we'll see if we even do future demos. We probably will, but we don't have another one scheduled. So if you're really wanting to experience this, see what I'm talking about up here, then definitely join me next Thursday, 12 to 1. Okay. All right. That's it. I've been talking forever now. So now I'm going to pass it over to you guys while I get the wheel ready. We're a small group, which is great. So feel free to come off mute if you would like, and you can ask questions live, or now's the time as well that you can throw them in the chat. And while I'm getting the wheel ready. So don't be shy. I'm just going to make sure I have everyone.
I'm just wondering for next week for the session, is it like are you gonna start like to do the drumming like from 12 to 12:30? And then
Um,
after you're gonna explain more or
yeah, great question. Yeah, because if you can't make it right away, you want to maybe plan. So the first 15 minutes will probably be like an intro and then me kind of explaining a few things because when I get into the the actual 30-minute class, I'm going to try not to do my thing where I talk too much. I'm going to try to actually teach the class. So what I'll do is an intro and then a few things to look out for, the reason why I'm going to be doing these things when we get to that part. And then a bit of sort of a debrief to kind of say like, hey, did you notice during that section those things we talked about at the beginning? And then questions. So the actual 30-minute class will likely be about 12:15 to 12:45 is probably
Yeah.
where it will land. Yeah.
Okay. So we can invite some of our seniors to come and
Sure,
practice,
yeah.
see
It
if they
is
like.
meant, it's actually meant for you because we're going to be talking about the background of the program as well. But if they don't mind seeing that part, yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm getting the wheels set up. All right. Good odds today. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. 25% odds. Okay. I am going to. I lost you guys. Here you're back. Okay. Here we go. Let's see who it's going to be. We have to see the confetti. It's not official till there's confetti. Awesome! Congratulations. I don't know if you guys noticed, but that was kind of funny. I don't know why Lori's name was so giant. I've never seen that before. Maybe it's just the length, although Lisa's name was kind of small. Anyways, that's my brain goes weird places sometimes. Congratulations, Dee. So when you get your follow-up email, you will have your special link to your promo code. You're welcome, yeah, to be able to get your 50% off. And next week when we do the demo, we will also have 50% off at that info session. We do that at all of our info sessions. So let me stop with the wheel, put our slides back up. Beautiful. Okay. Let me get the chat back open here. Okay. So that's everything that I have planned for you today. Any other questions? Anything that you're wondering? You can put it in the chat or come off mute. I'll take a sip of my coffee. I knew I shouldn't grab my coffee before the session because now it's like cold. I'll have to go warm it up afterwards. Any other questions? Oh, Laura, it looks like you maybe are typing, so I'll wait to see what you might be typing. And if you're not typing, just say no. Awesome. Love it, Lori. Very good. Okay. No other questions? If you're like me and sometimes you leave one of these sessions and you're like, oh my gosh, she just closed it out and I just remembered I wanted to ask this. Um, Feel free to hit reply to the email that I'm going to send out. The recording takes usually about 30 minutes to be ready. So within now and the next 30 minutes, you'll get that email from me. And again, thank you so much for joining me today and learning all about DROM for seniors. All right. Bye, everyone.